Another month in the NBA, and already I'm looking towards college basketball for some inspiration and happiness. Deshaun Miles never fails me. Never does. I would give whatever possible to get him on this team if I could. Deshaun had an outstanding performance against Florida Gulf Coast University, a 48-point scoring night. And it wasn't just him. Rico Santana has also been emerging. He had an outstanding night as well, 31 points, as Miami went on to win 110-54. Deshaun all over the floor, scoring, spinning, dashing his way to the basket, playing well on defense, getting on the break, slamming it home here on the windmill slam. And then Rico Santana doing such a great job in this game. Offensively, he has emerged. The confidence has risen, and he attributes a lot of that to Deshaun Miles' play. Look at him here in transition. Euro step, and then look at him on that second step. Go straight to the basket with two hands. An outstanding performance by him. And again, that confidence spreads to Rico Santana there as he gets to the basket and lays that one up and in. And then later on, Rico here showing you a little bit of the post game. He's been working on a lot here. His stock is starting to rise a little bit. I really like for what I see from him, and maybe we get to see him here at the Barclays Center playing for the Nets one day. But it's the Detroit Pistons who we take on in the 1st of December. 4-12 record for us. So how do things turn out as we take on Andre Drummond, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and this Pistons offense? We got underway here in the first quarter, all tied up at nothing apiece. And Sean Kilpatrick getting to the basket there to lay that one up and in. Later on, Detroit up by 4, 8-4 ball game. Time for the Nets to get going here on offense. Hollis Jefferson calling for the screen, gets it, pass inside the Lopez, slams it home with two hands. Nice little safety job there. Lopez and Noel been doing a great job thus far at the 5 and 4. Here a turnover. Brogdon in transition off the pass from Noel. Outside scoop layup, gets that one to go. Ties this game up 8 apiece. Later on in the first, about 3 minutes to go here. 14-13 game. McDermott. Oh, look at the pump fake to get Tobias Harris to jump and floats in there to lay that one up and in, pushing the lead to 3. And towards the end of the first here, bad possession, turnover. Reggie Jackson throws that one from 3/4 of the way and gets it to go before the end of the first. Not a great sign for us. But we wouldn't stop. Hollis Jefferson trying to drive here, gets the pass back from Lopez. Good work inside to McCullough. Hangs there, takes the contact, and puts that one up to tie this back up. Later on, Pistons up by 1. Good block there by Lopez. And out in transition is Brogdon. He passes to Miles Bridges. Good pass to Noel. Noel drives. Two-hand slam. And the Nets regain the lead, taking it up by 1. Later on, Nets up 4 with about a minute to go, or 2 minutes to go left here in the second quarter. Look at that drive there by Kilpatrick, taking the pick, and then instead reversing direction straight to the lane. Two-hand slam. 5-point lead with about a minute left to go. Here's Bam out on the perimeter, and Kilpatrick again driving. Facial all over Tobias Harris. He didn't see that one coming, and Kilpatrick made him pay the price. Later on, Brogdon out for 3. The president gets all of those to push the lead to double digits. Later on in the third, Miles Bridges, the rookie, looking to drive. Can't get to the basket, but instead finds McCullough. Two-hand flush there, continuing to build on this lead. We move to the fourth quarter. 20-point game here. Look at that. Nice patience there by Hollis Jefferson, just jab-stepping, waiting for Noel to get open, and the Nets would essentially maintain that lead all the way through. 99-79 ball game. A great game by Nerlens Noel. 17 points, 20 boards. Again, he's been doing very, very great on the boards for us, and 3 assists. Active all night on the glass and down low, blocking shots, getting to the basket, and attacking hard. The Nets altogether put on a great show. I mean, they held the Pistons to under 80 points. Kilpatrick had a 20-point game. He got 3 steals as well. He was active on defense. You had Nerlens with 17 points, Brogdon with 16. Lopez also had a double-double, 12 points, 11 rebounds. And Bam and Hollis Jefferson in their minutes, they showed up, had a decent game. Hollis Jefferson notable, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And then for the Pistons, Andre Drummond, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Reggie Jackson, he had the great three-pointer from 3/4 length, but for most of the game, pretty quiet. 14 points, 7 assists. And Tobias Harris, who got dunked on by Kilpatrick, 13 points, 10 rebounds. We ended up losing against the Raptors, 115-97. Kyle Lowry leading the way for the Raptors. And Brook Lopez leading the way for us, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks in that one. And then after our road game against Toronto, we came back home to play the Sacramento Kings in a terrible low-scoring affair. The Kings winning 79-67. Brook Lopez leading the way and scoring somehow with only 14 points. And DeMarcus Cousins still there with the Kings, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks. Pretty dominant game, but terrible offensive performance by both teams. And then the Miami Heat came to town, and we finally picked up a victory, moving us to 6 on the year. Brook Lopez leading the way, 19 points, 8 rebounds. And for the Heat, it was Richardson, 23 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, despite 4 turnovers. As we go into the next week, hoping to add a few more wins and help our cause to get the Celtics away from a lottery pick. So I got to catch up a little bit more on ACC action. 2 rivals, Duke and NC State, going at it. Got to see Ricky Shays, Marquise Stapleton take on Hakeem Rozier, and I've wanted to see a little bit more of what Rozier is capable of, and I can see why he's very high on boards. I didn't see it in high school. I see it a lot now. That 6'11 frame, his ability to back down, and he's even started to develop a little bit of a mid-range game from what I see as he hits the shot there over Brankovic. And then watch him here pull up from near three-point land to go ahead and drain that long jumper. Great length, can rebound. He had a good performance here. 27 points, 15 boards, 4 blocks as he backs down Stapleton here, and watch him slam it home with 2 hands. I like what I see from him. I don't know if we're going to go for him at the 4th spot, but there's a guy that I'm definitely a lot more interested in, and I think we can reach for is Ricky Shays as he shows off the passing ability there, getting it into Brankovic, and then watch him here pull up and nail that mid-range jumper. Duke would actually win this one 83-75. Ricky Shays, a great performance from him, 17 points, 14 assists, and 7 rebounds. So we're going to look out for him as we take on a rival of our own, the New York Knicks, right at home here in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center. We'll see if we can pull out another fun one here. We get started here in the first quarter. Good pass there by Rose. A little scoop pass into Gerald Green, who lays that one up and gets the party started here in Brooklyn. 2-0 Knicks up. Pass to Noel from Brogdon. Lopez working inside. Look at him, face-up jumper, gets that one to go. Too easy for him as O'Quinn didn't stand a chance. Later on, Brooklyn up 4-2. Rose, step-back jumper, can't get the roll, and Noel gets the rebound as Kilpatrick pushes it back up the floor. Little spin move, sees Lopez is open from the lane in transition, and a nice find there to Kilpatrick. From Kilpatrick to Lopez, gets the easy dunk. Noel, a little sloppy pass there, but finds Brogdon, who finds Hollis Jefferson. Rondé in the corner gets all 3 of those. Later on, in transition, Anthony trying to go there. Hollis Jefferson providing the defense, which forces the miss. Here comes Kilpatrick. He's going to step up for 3 in transition. Doesn't get it to go, though. Noel, the rebound. Kilpatrick again. This time he gets the roll and the lucky bounce. 12-8, Brooklyn up 4. Later on, Kilpatrick taking the pick there from Lopez. Unwise pass there to get it to Lopez in traffic, but Lopez does find Brogdon, who slams it home. Later on again, Kilpatrick from the inbound. 3-pointer gets all of them to go. Knicks will call timeout as Brooklyn takes a 7-point lead, 17-10. A lot more active on offense in this game than they have been the past few games. Here's Hollis Jefferson trying to drive. And Brogdon finding his way, taking the contact and getting the layup to go there as the Nets regain the 7-point lead. Good block there as Booker is stopped. And then in transition, look at Holland finding his way, hop step into the basket and pushing this lead up to 9. Here's Jason Terry Out to McDermott for three. Gets all of that to go. Double-digit lead. Now up to 12 for the Nets. Later on in the first, Nets up by 16. A great block there by the rookie Bam Adebayo. And then here comes Miles Bridges. Had a lane there and instead waited for the offense to set up. Little crossover, gets inside, slams it home with the right hand. Good dunk there. Miles Bridges still fighting through an injury. But later on in the second, here comes Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, new acquisition for the Knicks, trying to close this gap as the lead was narrowed down to 14 there. Later on, Knicks up by only down by 9. Kilpatrick kicking it out there to Noel, who can't hit the jumper. And then in transition, here's Marvin Williams. Quick pass from Shane Larkin to Carmelo, who gets the lucky roll, and he'll go to the line. He would convert. He wouldn't convert there. But later on, Anthony inside, kicking it back out to Larkin as they're down 7. And Marvin Williams gets that one to go with the roll. And we've got a 4-point ball game all of a sudden as the Knicks fight back in this one. Look at Anthony. Little move to get past that face-up of his. Hard to stop as he gets to the basket. That time he would convert the N1. Later on, Brooklyn down 5 or up 5. Look at John Holland. Little crossover behind the back move and slams it home with 2 hands. Look at that move he puts on Gerald Green to get to the basket. He has been very impressive for his rookie year. But later on, Carmelo Anthony working inside there, just waiting for the ball. Turnaround jumper gets it to go. Knicks down 3. Here's Shelvin Mack. Bounce pass. Gerald Green gets it to go. Derrick Rose gets that one to go. Knicks only down 1. Here's Brogdon trying to work inside there. Hop step gets it to go. And he would go to the line to go and shoot 1. He would convert. Later on, Brogdon trying to work the same magic on Rose again. Doesn't go. And Rose passing it back to former net Trevor Booker, who ties this game up 56 apiece. Later on in the third quarter, good pass here from Brogdon to Lopez, who lays that one up inside. And we're back up by 2. Rose trying to work there, doesn't get it to go. Back up the court comes Courtney Lee. Pull up 3-pointer. Gets the bounce and it goes. And the Nets take a 5-point lead again. Here we go. Pick and roll offense. Lopez doesn't take the shot. Instead passes it out to McDermott. And while Doug was wide open, doesn't get the shot to go. And in transition, here comes Kidd-Gilchrist. Little crossover inside. Finishes with the left hand. So an unwise decision there by Lopez cost them points, and the Knicks are able to finish in transition. A turnover here by the Nets. Kidd-Gilchrist pass inside to Joakim Noah, and he gets that one to go, giving the Knicks the lead yet again. Knicks up by 2. John Holland trying to pass inside, doesn't get it to go, and instead it results in a turnover, and in transition, there they go. Knicks now extending their lead to 4 there from the pass from Rose. Here comes Shelvin Mack, driving to the lane, fighting, kicks it outside. Gerald Green gets it to go. And the Knicks are up by 9. Later on in the fourth quarter, Knicks up 6 as the Nets are trying to fight back. Carmelo, step back 3-pointer, gets it to go. 9-point game yet again. Pick and roll offense. This time Brogdon keeps it himself and drives inside, but can't get it. Bam gets the rebound though and puts it back up. Trim this lead back down to 7. Here's Rose. Good pass inside, but swatted away. And here comes Hollis Jefferson in transition to Lopez, lays that one up and gets it to go. Lead back down to 8 for the Knicks. Back up by 9. Carmelo doesn't get that one to go. Brogdon gets the rebound. Nets pushing it back up to 4. Good bounce pass there to Kilpatrick. Loses possession. Lopez picks it back up. Backs down. A little hook shot there. Well, he tried to dunk it and instead had to readjust himself with a little under 2 minutes to go. Gets the N1 there. Nets down 6. Hollis Jefferson on Anthony. Somehow Anthony still able to hang and hit despite the contact. No foul called, fortunately. 8-point game. Brogdon trying to work pick and roll with Noel, and instead the pass gets picked off. Anthony in transition. Derrick Rose. He turns it over with 3 Nets all over him, and here's Hollis Jefferson trying to get his way to the basket. 45 seconds left here in an 8-point game. So Hollis Jefferson goes to the line. First free throw goes. Lead down to 7. Hollis Jefferson on the second one, gets it to go, lead back down to 6. Now, pay attention here. Hollis Jefferson trying to play the inbound pass, and Rose trying to cross over behind the back, and it bumps off of Jefferson's leg, and Hollis Jefferson is able to take that pass and go straight to the basket, so he'll go to the line again. 40 seconds to go. Hollis Jefferson hits the first one. Lead now down to 5. Hollis Jefferson again. Lead down to 4. So now the Nets are going to play full court press and try to commit another turnover here. The Knicks been sloppy with the ball. Here's Hollis Jefferson playing tight on Anthony, just trying to force a turnover here, and instead Hollis Jefferson gets a little too sloppy, but Anthony misses the shot. Here comes Jefferson, Hollis Jefferson back up the floor, and Rondé, a poor pass, trying to get it into Noel, results in a turnover. Knicks would make both of their free throws and push it back to 6. Here's Brogdon working it around. Lopez up at the top of the key. Noel backing down. Outside, Hollis Jefferson, three-pointer, gets the bounce. And it's a 3-point game with 11 seconds to go. We might have another stunner here at the Barclays Center. Hollis Jefferson has to foul Rose, so Rose will go to the line with 10 seconds to go. Rose's first free throw doesn't go. So still a 3-point ball game here. Rose, second free throw, does get it to go. Nets would have to call timeout and talk things over for a quick second here. Now with 10 seconds, here's the inbounds play. Kilpatrick comes open, kicks it back out to Lopez. They got to get a shot off quickly, and they tried to go inside to Noel. And again, they're playing the interior way too well. They pick it off. Gerald Green goes to the line, nails the first free throw. And he would also get the second one, pushing the Knicks lead back up to 6 with 5 seconds to go. An insurmountable lead for the Nets to try to come back from. They did score another bucket, pushing the Knicks victory 107-103. Player of the game in this one, Derrick Rose, 15 points, 9 assists. Very active on offense, did a great job distributing and attacking the basket, doing what he can to get the Knicks the win here. They came back from essentially a 16-point deficit early on and fought their whole way through. Brook Lopez leading the way again for the Nets on scoring. 27 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Noel, a pretty quiet game on offense altogether. A lot of forced passes inside to him cost this Nets team. Kilpatrick right behind Lopez in scoring with 14 points. And Hollis Jefferson, who did a great job there in the fourth quarter with 12 points. Carmelo Anthony leading the way in scoring for the Knicks with 26 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And then you had Derrick Rose, again, player of the game, 15 points, 9 assists, 5 steals, very active on defense, only 3 turnovers. And that was the difference maker. And for the end of the week, we took on the Portland Trail Blazers at home, 90-85 loss for us. Brook Lopez, 21 points in that one. Damian Lillard, 27 points leading the way for the Blazers with 4 rebounds and 5 assists. And Evan Turner there right behind him with 14 points. Then we took on the Grizzlies at their house and lost 101-87 with Marc Gasol leading the way with 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Stat sheet stuffer that night. And then Brook Lopez, again, the leading scorer, 17 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist, as well as a block. And then we took on the Mavericks, continuing our West Coast spree, and beat them 91-86 in overtime. Harrison Barnes leading the way with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Brook Lopez, again, a strong performance from him, 22 points, 14 boards, 2 blocks. Brogdon, 14 points, 8 rebounds. And as we look at the Eastern Conference standings, the Cleveland Cavaliers leading the way, 15-5, and the Detroit Pistons right underneath them, a team we beat, 13-7, with the Chicago Bulls right underneath them, 14-10. And the formerly undefeated Golden State Warriors, a 22-win streak, game win streak to start the season, have finally taken their first L. They're 22-1, but by far leading the way in the Western Conference. But as long as the Denver Nuggets stay out of that number 8 seed, we do have a lottery pick. So there's a reason for us to keep fighting and try to win. Maybe there's a move that we need to make very soon to try to improve our chances, and see if the Nuggets are just bad enough that we can maintain a lottery pick while screwing over the Boston Celtics.